Hello, this is Mark Soberman with the NetPicks Keltner Bells. Thanks for watching this video, and what I'm going to do here, as I promised, is we're going to take a more in-depth look at the trading system. If you recall from the prior videos, the secret to the success of the NetPicks Keltner Bells is the fact that you can Forex swing trade in really just a few minutes per day. The whole concept is to set your trade, and our mantra is set your trade and walk away. You always have exact entries and targets in advance. And these aren't any small 5, 10, 15 pip type profit objectives. I mean, you're going to be going for 75, 100, 150, sometimes over 200 pips on your trade. And you're going to be doing all of this in just a few minutes per day. But it's important to understand a few key concepts behind why do we call this the Keltner Bells. And really what it is it's a mix or a play on Keltner channels, which you might be familiar with, and kettlebells. And I'm not sure if you're familiar with kettlebells, but here's a picture of it. And it's a workout routine that has all about momentum, and that's really what it has to do with. And it's taking a very heavy, as you can see here, pictured here, kettlebell, and getting to the top of its apex. And when it gets there, and if you're using this workout, the swing comes all the way back strong to the other side. And it's really interesting because Forex markets, if you think about it, trade and operate really the same way. It's all about them getting to extremes and returning to the mean, and then getting to another extreme and returning to the mean. So what we try to do with the Keltner Bells is actually go ahead and game and trade those extremes. But the way that we measure those extremes is through a technical indicator which you may be familiar with, called Keltner channels. So Keltner channels do a really nice job of measuring when a market potentially has gotten to an extreme like you see here. Now this chart actually uses interesting types of bars called Renko bars, and in my last video I taught you about range bars. So we really try to take a look at the markets in a very unique and original way, combining Renko and range bars along with Keltner channels, and then play this whole concept of extremes with kettlebells, and that really stacks the odds in our favor and enables us to trade these very large target Forex trades in just a few minutes per day. To kind of put it all together with the Keltner channel, the kettlebell, and the momentum swing, what I want to do right now is let's go over to a chart and talk about one of the recent trades we've had in the Euro US dollar, as well as another one in the Euro CAD. Then we'll follow that up and give you some more information on performance, as well as how you can get started here very, very soon. So let's jump over to the charts and talk about a specific trade. All right, so we have a chart here of MetaTrader. In this example, I'll show you the system inside of MetaTrader, since that's very popular with Forex traders. And these are actually range bars, and we talked about this in a prior video. Every bar is the same size. In this case, every bar is 15 pips. Of course, we provide the plugin to enable you to convert your price data to these really cool, unique range bars. And so what you see happening on the screen, you may notice you've got a Keltner channel kind of swinging with the action. You notice here it got to the lower Keltner channel, and here it got to the upper Keltner channel. What was interesting is not too much before we had our trade set up, the market had reached the lower Keltner channel. And so what we start to look for is basically that kettlebell swing to start. And we identified way in advance where that swing would be, which you see these little kind of diamond shapes here. If I put, in fact, let me put the data window into the screen here so you guys can actually look at it. And you see where it says LE in the data window, long entry 1.2882, and then your target is 1.2987, and your initial stop is 1.2792. So right out of the gate, we're going for 105 pips on this buy. So this ends up triggering here on October 10th, so really just a couple days ago from when I'm recording this, and we trigger here. And the beauty of this trade, I think, is the fact that we have a concept called snapshot trading. You never have to catch the trades in real time, because you notice how this had originally set up around 11 o'clock on October 10th. You actually had multiple opportunities all the way to October 11th at 9 o'clock, 22 hours to be able to catch this trade. So this is definitely not about day trading. This is not about staring at the screen. This is about literally only focusing on this for a few minutes and placing the trades. What's been great about this trade, a good example, one, of course, as you can see, we rallied up to the 105 pip target here, and it didn't take that long. This all happened on October 12th, so a really nice rally. Just took a few hours, but we had 22 hours to catch the trade, and it only took about 2.5 hours to actually hit the overall target. But we in advance knew that this was our target. In advance, we knew this was our initial protective stop. We also had the opportunity to cut this risk. Most of our trades, as soon as they get to the upper Keltner channel on a buy, we reduce the risk, and usually we remove the risk. So we actually sit there with a lot of free trades when we're involved in the markets. In fact, let me kind of go over real quick and show you an idea of some of the open trades we have going even right now. So this will even give you an idea of, we've actually just closed a few trades recently, another Euro-US trade, a Euro-New Zealand trade for 120 pips, a Euro-CAD for 80, a Franc-Yen for 55, and then we have several open trades going as well, some new setups. So you can see we've got a lot of different pairs that we can track and trade, which is awesome. Gives you all kinds of flexibility when you trade this methodology. Let me take a look at, or go over to TradeStation. I want to show you a trade on the Euro-CAD that we just finished here recently. I like this trade because it uses Renko bars. And you notice Renko bars are interesting because they almost look like bricks stacked on top of each other, but they really do an amazing job getting rid of market noise. If you've ever traded with a lot of chop and churn, you're going to love Renko bars because they kind of get rid of all the jitteriness that goes up and down and literally only plot when the market, in this case, goes 10 pips to the upside or 10 pips to the downside. And this was a neat trade because we had the setup here and we ended up buying, in this case, at 1.2627, and we ended up getting out here an 80 pip move. And again, this was all done in a set and walk away, not the kind of trade that we have to sit there and watch as it swings up and down. You know, Forex markets these days, especially this year, have been doing a lot of up and down, a little more chop and churn than we've seen in prior years. But that, again, is one of the real virtues of this strategy, the fact that you can literally just let the market do what it's going to do. You've got your targets in advance, and this turned out to be a perfect target, as you can see, right to the full target before the market faded back down. So you've already seen some of the recent performance. This is since we've released the Keltner Bells, and you're probably very familiar with some of these markets, the Euro-US, the Pound-US, but you'd be amazed how much profit opportunities there are in some markets you may not have considered before, like the Euro-New Zealand, over 2,500 pips. The Euro-Aussie, we just started trading this year, over 1,400 pips. The Euro-CAD, almost 2,000 pips. Some other favorites that you're probably familiar with, like the Aussie dollar, 1,500 pips. So lots to choose from and a great way to diversify your overall Forex trading, so you don't have to just focus in like a lot of people do on just the Euro-US dollar. You'd be amazed what's available to you in Forex, especially with this approach that goes way beyond what you typically can trade if you only focused on day trading. We've also got, like I mentioned, a really cool new surprise. We sort of took the whole theory of this set the trade and walk away, and I put it onto a day trade. So now we're also going to be incorporating with the launch a set trade and walk away day trade. Over 3,000 pips in 2012, which has us really excited. October here has been another great month. September was an excellent month. So really looking forward to including that as well. So what you need to do is I'm going to be releasing the Keltner Bells on Thursday, October 18th. You need to bookmark this page. Make sure you're here at noon Eastern. That's New York time. This is the first time we've opened up the Keltner Bells in several months. It's been several months since it was last available. I think it's been about 3 months, and it's the only opportunity that you're going to have in October, and perhaps maybe the last opportunity during 2012 for us to go ahead and make the Keltner Bells available to the public. So bookmark the page, come on back, feel free to ask questions below. Looking forward to having you on board starting Thursday and getting you your first Forex swing trades. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk soon.